Hello, I'm Hadassah Darville, Public Relations Officer here at the Bahamas Technical and Vocational Institute, also known as BTVI. Welcome to this production, brought to you by Spotlight Productions. Believe it or not, Spotlight Productions is a group of 5 students who are a part of our media technology program, and that program is headed by Acting Head of Department Alexia Coakley, who herself is a veteran producer. The topic for this program is BTVI Lessons for the Future. So these 5 students who are part of this Television Production 1 course have actually planned, executed, and produced this program that you're watching right now. So we encourage you, if you are interested in our media technology program, go to our website, www.btvi.edu.bs. Thank you so much for joining the conversation. With me here is BTVI's Dean of Construction Trades and Workforce Development, Mr. Alexander Dowell. Welcome.
Thank you much.
Thank you so much for taking time to be with us.
Well, I was deep in the classroom. However, this is important, this is new, this is the first time, and so I'm happy to be a part of this.
Yes, it's actually historic. It's the first time that we're doing something of this nature. And of course, at BTVI, we are a doing school. And so instead of having a final exam in terms of media technology that's on paper, we have the students actually producing this program. Mr. Darville, you have been here at BTVI as Dean of Construction Trades and Workforce Development. How long has it been now?
For many months. I won't put a number to it, for many months.
And tell us, there are so many people who are in the construction industry, but they don't have certifications. Why is it important for them to come to BTVI? What are the benefits for actually signing up, for actually going through our construction trade programs?
Before I dive into construction, I want to say industry is looking for persons to do, and this group of 5 is actually showing industry that we could do it, and that is a major plus for this program. But some of the things that we are looking for when we speak about construction is certifications. Today in the Bahamas, we have certifications in electrical, plumbing, some HVAC, but when we talk about the masonry trades, the carpentry trades, we don't have them. However, over the last 3 years, BTVI has been on a push to make certain that all of its programs, trade programs, have an international certification attached to it. So for example, if you come to do masonry, carpentry, believe it or not, cosmetology, you have to do OSHA, Occupational Health Safety certifications. In reference with the hardcore trades, BTVI have dived into something called NCCER, that abbreviates for the National Center for Construction, Education and Research. It's a stackable credential. It could be delivered in an accelerated mode, and it have the different levels. So for example, a person could come and spend 80 hours in the core, 125 in level 1, and go out to the world of work.
Okay.
Come back and jump right into level 2, and they don't have to worry about a POS dying, and you have to start all over. But the most beautiful thing about NCCER, it has the English hidden inside of it. So you won't see English 101 or English 1100, but it is there. But the unique thing,
it's connected to the trades.
Most definitely.
Right.
And the maths is specifically for the trade. Right. So if you're doing electrical or you're doing carpentry and you hear Pythagoras theorem will be based on how I'm using that if I'm going to pitch a roof.
Now, Mr. Darville, having worked with you for the past 9 years, I know that you are just so passionate about what you do. What brings that out? What makes you so excited to be a part of these lives, particularly the young people's lives? Of course, we have older people here as well, but you are just so passionate. Like, you live, eat, you drink this.
I'm from the most beautiful place in the world. Every opportunity I have to
Harbour
say
Island.
this. It's Harbour Island, the most beautiful place in the world. But as a boy growing up, you had to do stuff with your hands. And so I worked with my dad as an electrician, as a carpenter, as a painter, doing, but not understanding why it needed to be done. Coming to BTVI, and I would have spent, believe it or not, 7 years at the College of Bahamas back then. I came over to spend 6 months at BTVI and go back to the College of Bahamas. That is what I thought. The rest is history. But imagine taking a person who's a novice, who don't even know how to hold a pliers, And in 12 weeks, a person can actually put up a light, can actually install a fan, can install a water heater. But 3 years later, he or she, either a young defense officer or a young entrepreneur, I have seen that. And so for me to be able to pour out everything that folks poured in me makes me, I'm saying, I can't get over.
Right. And speaking about entrepreneurship, you know, I know that we are big on entrepreneurship here at BTVI. We're not just about having you go out there and become an employee, but we want our students to become employers. We want them to be self-sustaining. Okay, so how important is that?
That is key. About 10, 12 years, we looked at the curricula and we made certain that the entrepreneurship component is aligned with all of our discipline. Why? It was because back in the day when it was ITC, we just prepared you to become a worker. Today we preparing our students to become bosses.
Right.
And so for us is that we will take you on jobs. Our instructors, who is the brain, the nucleus of BTVI, most of them are adjunct instructors, and so they are actually doing stuff in the field. They get to see that real life. And so if you could actually show an individual, hey listen, as a boss mini student, and I understand how to make certain that my materials are taken care of, how I store my tools, it makes it easier for the transferring out into the world of work.
Having interviewed so many students over the years, the one thing I've heard that, I mean, it's just consistent, is that our instructors really care. What makes you come back? What makes you keep coming back?
You know, as a SME, subject matter expert, you know, when you connect an electrical instructor with a welding instructor and you have that understanding, I think over the last 10, 12 years for me, being able to have that respect for the different instructors and their discipline is what made the construction and mechanical team a bond. We understand one another. So I can more or less look at one of my instructors and he or she understand what's happening. It's a team.
Okay, so thank you so much, Mr. Darville. It's been such a pleasure having this conversation with you. We work together, but you know, it's really good to prick your brain, just find out more about what really makes you tick here at BTVI. So once again, I'm Hadassah Darville, Public Relations Officer here at BTVI, Public Relations Officer, and I've been talking to Dean Alexander Darville. He's Dean of Construction and Workforce Development here at the institution. Thank you so much, and of course, once again, if you're interested in any of our programs, please log on to www.btvi.edu.bs.